Awesome. I think it takes us to our review. Let's talk about pinball machines.
Let's go. I am okay. This life is a bore. The least I've gotten waiting for. Are you ready for your eye exam?
Oh baby, it's Monopoly. That's the game we're reviewing today.
So this is dedicated to our supporters on Patreon. So the way we do reviews or choose what games to review, basically Kevin and I will come up with 3 games that we're thinking about reviewing for that month. Sometimes it's from suggestions from the chat. I saw hot trash written in the thing.
Wow.
Jeez. The chat's really been on fire today.
You guys are saucy today.
All right, I might have to turn that chat off. All right, anyways, sometimes some suggestions come from our viewers. But this week we threw some more modern games up instead of games from the 90s we did recently.
And we did Jungle Lord.
Yeah, we did Jungle Lord, so I want to get back to a little more modern, right? Mm-hmm. And this is what they picked. So thank you, folks, on Patreon. You can search for Buffalo Pinball on Patreon. If you support us at the $5 or more level, you'll get to vote, and you can kind of pick what content we do on the show and what we review.
There you go.
So
I can't read the chat anymore.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's
All right.
all your fault, Hool.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about Monopoly. We're going to go through the normal rundown, but this is a 2001 game from Stern Pinball Incorporated. I was surprised that Pinside actually had the production number listed. Stern usually doesn't list those, but it was
they did
3,640 produced, which is a decent amount.
Yeah, it seems like a decent amount.
Yeah, especially for that era. Pinside price range puts this game at $2,500 to $2,900. The game design is by Pat Lawler and artwork by John Yowsey and Kurt Anderson. So, as we typically do, we're going to talk about the art, sounds, toys, Dmd and lighting, gameplay, rules, and lastability. So let's start by talking about art, shall we? What do you think?
Gets the job done.
Yeah. Nailed it.
I hope I didn't disappoint anybody there. I didn't want to. So there you go.
I
don't like the cabinet. I don't know what it is about that, but the cabinet just doesn't look that black, solid black cabinet, and the
Monopoly logo.
What's that yellow underneath there? Am I just looking at it wrong?
Yeah, there's something going on the bottom. It's hard to tell in that picture.
Yeah, maybe it's just a picture. I like the back glass.
Yeah,
it's pretty vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's attractive, right? And that's what it needs to do. So good colors. Mm-hmm. Kind of a fun picture of it. The playfield itself is pretty basic, but I mean it's got the Monopoly board on there. So what are you gonna possibly do? I don't know. It's going to devolve into talking about colors. This playfield reminds me of the playfield sort of from, what's that casino game from Stern?
Oh, High
Roller Casino. Yeah. This game came out around that time, not too many years after it, and it's got that vibe a little bit to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got the early Stern feel to it.
Definitely not bad.
Yeah, it's what I would expect a Monopoly pinball machine to look like.
Yeah.
I mean, you think of the Monopoly board and the box and things like that. It's got those colors. It's got the little icons all over, like 3 parking signs and the roll and collect and all. It's got the train on the one ramp and it's good. I think it's for the subject matter. I think it does a good job for
Kevin's just saying it got the job done.
No, I'm not. I'm saying it's good.
Yeah. All right.
It gets the job.
You said for the subject matter.
Well, you have to apply it to it. Yeah. I wouldn't want an Iron Maiden.
It's good.
Game to look
it's
like
good
that.
for what it's been tasked with, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would agree.
It's
with
representing
that.
a board game, not a metal
It's
band.
good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah,
it's not going to hurt your eyes.
It was Pat Lawler's first Stern. I guess I didn't realize that.
All right, cool. Thank you, Osric.
I wasn't really in the scene at that point. I've only played it since. All right, sound, dude. The callouts. I love the callouts on this game.
Yeah.
Bye-bye now.
It's got that low fidelity era of Stern. Mm-hmm. I mean, Lord of the Rings had that as well. Mm-hmm. But it's got good call outs. I like the music catchy. It gets in my head when you start cash grab and stuff and you hit a shot for cash grab, it makes that satisfying thunk of the money and It sounds pretty engaging on that game.
I find myself quoting that game when I walk away from it, so you know it's good.
Yeah, I like it. It's good sound. I wish it was again higher fidelity, but that's just the Aero Stern. So what are you gonna do? But what the sound package in there is good.
Yep, like it. Sound, music, callouts, good. Toys. Not much for toys on this game.
So the toy, I guess, would be the bank. Right?
Yeah,
because you kind of
smash the door.
It's like a garage-esque thing from Simpsons. You smash the bank, and then the bank swings open, and you can shoot the ball through that shot. If you want to, again, we're getting really like pushing the limit of what a toy is. Yeah. There's a spinning a flipper that spins around.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that Hool likes a lot.
Does it spin around the one we have on location, or
I think so? I can't remember.
Ours, I don't know. There's some kind of argument whether it's supposed to spin or not, or when it's supposed to spin, and if it's supposed to have a rubber on it or not have rubber on it. I don't know. Anyways, long story short, there really isn't much in the way of toys on this game.
No.
The opening bank door is,
I guess that's it,
the toy, and that's sort of we're getting into the point. Is it a toy or not a toy? I guess the door opens.
Yeah.
It's a toy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's a bash toy. The Chung-Li flipper. Nice.
Yeah.
Little Street Fighter 2. Someday we're going to have to review Street Fighter 2.
Someone brought up Bone Busters.
Oh, man.
So next month we'll put Street Fighter 2, Bone Busters. Maybe to have them go head to head, and you'll get one of them.
Ooh, baby. That's exciting. All
People are already planning not to tune in.
Don't bother downloading next month. All right. DMD and Lighting. Lighting doesn't really strike me as anything special. The DMD gets the job done.
Lighting doesn't really have any like cool moments.
Yeah, I don't remember like any effects or anything that really stand out.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? If it had great effects, we've played this game a lot. Mm-hmm. So I should say this. We have this at Game On, and I think Kevin and I have become very familiar with the game. Mm-hmm. And before that, my only exposure was at Bruce Nightingale's. He had like a Monopoly, like limited edition, like the chrome plate and everything like that. So it's just cosmetic, but he had like a special one. And I had always heard from Pinside that this game was kind of like garbage or crap, or people didn't like it. It didn't go for a month.
So it's blah, blah, blah.
So I never really, I played a little bit at Bruce's, but I never spent much time with it until this last year. So that's kind of where I'm coming with it. I know this game a lot now. Mm-hmm. I played it a heck of a lot. But yeah, in terms of lighting, I can't think of anything impressive on it. So it's just sort of there.
Steve Daniel says the lighting is a minus. This is a Stern from the era where they blink all of the GI on and off for excitement.
Does that
so
game?
Clicky with the relays going off.
I can't remember moments when that game's clicking either. But it's just it's not that impressive.
Not good. I do like the mini DMD on the playfield, like R.A. Savage says. And my favorite part of that is when you tilt and it gives you the little frowny face. And it's
I never noticed that.
I love that.
Okay.
Yep. And it makes an awesome sound. It's like brrr, and it's the frown face on the mini DMD. Beautiful touch.
Yeah.
I love little touches like that. So it gets the job done.
Well, the DMD animations are fine.
Yeah. The cash grab, like when you hit
the cash grab
shots and the money explodes.
Or like the multi-ball start where the ball rolls up in the house.
Ooh, yeah.
That's good too.
Mm-hmm. It's got some moments.
The other ones, there's not much other than that.
Yeah.
Right, there's the board chase where the car just sort of moves, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sort of struggling for like other really cool moments on the DMD. It seems like it's lacking a lot of animations.
It's got some good moments, but nothing
that stand out.
Nothing super stand out. Yeah.
Okay, and I've seen the game a lot, so that says a lot.
Rules. What would you say on rules on this game?
Did we talk about gameplay?
No, we didn't. Let's talk about gameplay first because that's first on the list.
Oh my god, Kevin!
This is my first time doing this.
That's a close one.
God. All right.
I like how this game shoots.
Me too.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Adam's Family Light.
Adam's Family Light. Is there a Pat Lawler game that it's even mimics more than Adam's Family? I'm trying to think like the mode start shot. Is that an Adam's Family shot?
That's like the shot that would feed the
okay,
thing.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of similar games, right?
Yeah, it's the layout is similar. How it's executed is different. So like the mode shots up the middle instead of the scoop. But the scoop's right there.
So you would if someone who's never seen this game, out of all Pat Lawler's games, you would say this is most like Adam's Family.
I think so.
Okay.
Chat can correct me if I'm wrong or if there's
Steve Daniels will jump in. Yeah. He's itching.
Give it 30 seconds and then we'll have an answer for it.
But it shoots well. I mean, the shots in the game feel good. Mm-hmm. I like it. It's a game that has some flow to it. Hitting like the upper right flipper up to like the side ramp, classic Pat Lawler for like the jackpot. That's there. It's gonna all feel pretty familiar.
I like the skill shot where you can plunge it into the mode start shot. That's cool. You know, it's very similar. That is plunging the thing.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. That's where the thing is, right?
Yeah,
So if you got that down, but I like that skill shot. That's a cool skill shot in that game.
Yep.
Very, very good call on that. Backhanding it into, I don't do this a lot in the game just because it's not terribly lucrative, but you can kind of backhand that railroad shot.
Yep.
And that's kind of this cool like mini ramp that turns around.
Yep.
I don't know. I like that. It's familiar, but there's enough in there that makes it unique or different, right?
Yeah. The only thing that's kind of wonky is that spinning flipper, right? It'll sometimes like grab it and then throw it right down the middle on you.
At least on the one that we have on location, there's always seems like there's a threat of it, yet it doesn't.
Yeah.
And you just don't want to get it into that shot. Like the interesting thing is it will go in there if you try to get the skill shot and you fail, like you don't plunge it enough, it will fall into that off the bat. So now the ball's in danger. But for the most part, it doesn't go in that shot a lot.
Yeah.
But it's just a worthless shot too.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I guess that gets in the rules. It's just who cares if it goes in there?
Yeah, and we can move into that. I think we got gameplay covered. I agree that I like the layout. It's a kind of a classic Pat Lawler layout. Yeah, shots are good, feels good, fun to shoot. Boom, gameplay. Rules. I think that's kind of what holds this game back a little bit. It's not super deep. I'm not as familiar with the rules as you are on it because you've gotten to the wizard mode a couple times. I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, I think the wizard mode, at least for me, and it's not like we have this game set up super easy on location. Like you can barely nudge it at all.
The tilt is tight, yeah.
I feel like if you have it in your collection, you're a pretty good player. You're gonna get to the wizard mode, and that's gonna be it. I think it needs more. It's sort of basic rules, like start a mode. Okay, that's it, and then you've got like one multi-ball that you can get. I think there's a random multi-ball in like the community chest, like mystery ward.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is that's like not a shot that you ever go for, and it just doesn't really fall into that. So I've like only saw a person do it once. I've never gotten that like random multi-ball, which is crazy because I played the game so many times. So you've only got one multi-ball in like regular play.
Well, 2 with the railroad.
Okay, 2 with the railroad.
Yeah.
And again, I don't really go for that. They should almost make you go for the railroad to get to the wizard mode.
Yeah.
Because then you'll see that. Okay, so you get that. And then, of course, the wizard mode is kind of cool. It's a timed mode, so you can get like unlimited balls for a certain period of time.
Classic Pat Lawler wizard mode, basically.
And like hitting certain shots will build houses on the property that you're on, and then like building hotels on the property you're on, and it's kind of cool. The only disappointing thing is that like the wizard mode, you can think you played it like a great game and end up like 3 million, and like you can get more in the multi-ball than that, like a decent multi-ball than you can in like a really good performance during wizard mode. So that there's like a balancing issue too, right? That's kind of disappointing. Most of the modes though give an okay score, so you're not going to cheese the game like you would
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
where you're timing out every mode. So that's a plus. I think it edges out that game. But a game that came out in 2001. Wow, 2001. I was almost thinking 2003. So 2001. It's really good for the 2001 Stern.
Yeah.
All right, maybe it's the best, right? Because it takes until 2003 when you got Simpsons and Lord of the Rings. But it's really good for that era, but also limited. You're thinking like Williams-esque rules.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
I think that's fair. Yeah, so it's kind of in that in-between stage of the kind of 90s more simplified rules and the more advanced, like super advanced rules you got in Lord of the Rings and Simpsons Pinball Party. So with that said, what would you say about lastability?
So I think that's what holds this game back from lastability. I don't want it in my collection. It wouldn't last long in my collection. I can see why people would get rid of it, just because when they start getting to the wizard mode, or they have a deja vu where there's like one way to play the game, and it's there's not much there. There are games that are mode based and kind of follow that, but there's just more there. There's more wizard modes. Or it's more challenging. That game lacks that, so it might be good for somebody for their first game, or you can say in a larger collection, and the price is very reasonable. Like Pinside said, what, $2,500 to $2,900? I think we got ours even less than that.
Yeah,
like $2,100,
nice.
Which is great.
Yeah,
So I think the price is reasonable, but I don't see this game having, I see people getting bored of it if they had in their collection sooner than a lot of other games.
Yeah, and that's got to be what keeps the price down, right? Because it's got everything else going for it. It's just the
classic
rules.
theme.
The rules aren't like deep enough to make it a keeper, really.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the biggest negative on that game that stands out.
Yeah, I think it's a great. A lot of people always ask what's a great bang for the buck game. What's a good first pin to buy? I would recommend this one as that sort of game because it's a modern era Stern. It's got good reliability. I mean, it's been on location for you guys. It's been holding up
great. People love it at the location we have at Game On. That was like, it's one of our top earners, or at least a top return on investment
Absolutely.
game. People like it.
Yeah, classic theme, family friendly. Really can't go wrong. Would recommend grabbing that as
and straightforward enough that people were able to figure it out.
Yeah.
There's something to be said to that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of folks there. They're gamers, but they're not pinball players.
Yeah,
and they gravitated to this.
They hated like AC/DC.
They were able to figure out the rules.
Yeah,
and what's going on, and they started challenging each other. So, what game piece do we pick?
Battleship.
The Battleship.
Yeah.
Give me the thimble.
All right, Kevin. We gotta give
it an overall.
Let's go through our rating system.
All right. Where the heck is it? I haven't updated
our
the
new
website
listeners.
In a while. So the last few.
So here we do it on a 1 to 10. And 0 to 2 is burn it. You light that thing on fire. 3 to 5 is it's simply an expensive nightlight. 6 to 8 is a solid game. And then 9 to 10, Kevin and I think that it's definitely worth being purchased.
Okay. Buy it.
Kevin,
Go out and buy it.
What do you think it is?
I think it's at the low end of the solid game category. I'm going to give it a 6. I don't think it's an expensive nightlight. I think it deserves a little bit better recognition than that. I'm going 6 on Monopoly.
Okay, I'll go all the way up to, I'm between 6.5 and a 7. I would say Monopoly is a 6.5. Only, I think lastability knocks it down a lot. Mm-hmm. And maybe 6.5 doesn't sound great, but it's a good game. Like, I have a lot of respect for Monopoly. It doesn't deserve sort of the negativity that has surrounded it. When I got into the hobby and I thought, oh man, why would anybody play that game? It's going to pleasantly surprise you, but it's going to show its limitations not too long into playing the game.
Yeah, as you get better at pinball, it's gonna kind of wear thin. But other than that,
certainly solid game.
It's a solid game.
Yeah.
All right, time for viewer listener Q&A here on Birdie Even Talk Pinball.